It's time for box 2 of Avatar The Last Airbender, the latest Universes Beyond set for Magic the Gathering. Thanks again to Jaff Comics for having us do this video. Very exciting new set here. This, of course, being our second video, we're going to be running through a little bit faster than our first. If you're looking for more of a deep dive into the mechanics that are new in Magic the Gathering from Avatar The Last Airbender, be sure to check out our first video. And of course, if you're looking for the crazy hits that we could possibly get from this set, we do have a collector booster box opening that will be coming up later on. So make sure to stay tuned, subscribe to the channel to see that when that comes out. Of course, pack 1, we have ourselves a Appa land. Oh, honestly, probably one of my favorites of the lands of this set. Flying over the Fire Nation ship in the ice. Ooh, we already have ourselves, of course, the iceberg that is in those same waters. But we also have a foil rare in our first pack as well. Day of Black Sun. X black sorcery. Each creature with mana value X or less loses all abilities until end of turn. Destroy those creatures. So basically a Black Sun Zenith type effects from other Magic the Gathering cards. But this time, a little bit different. Instead of doing -1/-1 counters to get rid of or get around indestructible, you have just all those creatures lose their abilities. Very cool. Got ourselves a Foggy Swamp Visions. Bitter Work. The Water Skin. Healer. And a Boomy Bash, of course. Got ourselves an Ally, a Swamp, a Fire Nation Raider. Ooh, a Tiger Seal. Very lovely. 1 mana 3/3 with a little upside, a little downside. Nonetheless, a nice little card. And of course, I'll point it out at least once in every video when we get one. A Turtle Deck. That is a lovely little card. Love the art. Anytime I get some of the incredible art, we'll be sure to show it off. Oop, and we might have something here. We have Leaves from the Vine and the Fire Nation Drill as the schematic art for this rare 4 mana trample 6/3 vehicle. When the Fire Nation Drill enters, you may tap it. When you do, destroy target creature with power 4 or less, and you can pay 1 to have permanents your opponent's control lose hexproof and indestructible until end of turn. Crew 2. A little more pricey on the mana side at 4 mana than your Shadow Spears for the lose indestructible and hexproof type effects, but nonetheless, a nice little effect to have in standard all the time. And we have Iroh, Grand Lotus, a 6 mana 5/5 with Firebending 2. During your turn, each non-less an instant and sorcery in your graveyard has flashback. The flashback cost is equal to that card's mana cost. And then also, during your turn, each lesson card in your graveyard has flashback for just a single generic mana. Very, very nice. Might build something like that for myself. We'll see. But then we also have an Airbender Ascension. Of course, another rare. 2 mana when the enchantment enters. Airbend up to 1 target creature. Whenever a creature you control enters, put a quest counter on this enchantment. And at the beginning of your end step, if this enchantment has 4 or more quest counters on it, exile up to 1 target creature you control. Then returns to the battlefield under its owner's control. Flicker decks are going to love this card for sure. Absolutely great. Takes a little bit to get there, so it's not super overpowered, but it's only 2 mana. So I could definitely see that being a in-demand card for sure. And of course, if you are interested in picking up any of the singles that you see in this video or the other videos that you'll see on this Jaff Comics YouTube channel, be sure to check us out either in-store, Bethlehem, Pennsylvania, as your local game store, or, of course, check us out online. All of our single cards are available at jaffcomics.tcgplayerpro.com. And if you're looking for sealed product, of course, jaffcomics.com will have you absolutely covered. And we have a lovely little rare here, Redirect Lightning, a instant lesson for only 1 red. Of course, there's the additional cost of either 5 life or 2 mana, but in certain formats, that 5 life will be well more than worth it to be able to get your deflecting SWAT type effects for just a single red. Very, very nice little hit there. And of course, Beifong's Bounty Hunters. 4 mana, whenever a non-land creature you control dies, Earthbend X, where X is that creature's power. Pretty strong. Kiyoshi Village, the Earth King, and Bosco. Lovely little card. I mean, look how happy Bosco is in that. You gotta love it. I keep seeing the Badger Mole. I'm thinking that it's the rare Badger Mole Cub, I want to say it is. That card is incredibly good. Hopefully we get one of those at the very least in some of these packs. We haven't seen it in box 1, but maybe in box 2, 3, 4 World Collector boosters that we'll be doing videos for. Of course, here we have Zhao, the Moonslayer. Well, if you look here, you may notice there's a little bit of a Blood Moon type effect as long as Zhao has a Conqueror counter on him. Non-basic lands are mountains. They lose their other land types and abilities and can only tap for red. And then to get that Conqueror counter, you need 7 mana. But he also is just a menace 2/2 for 2 that non-basic lands enter tapped. So he has a little bit of stacksiness to him right off the bat. If you see that as someone's commander, I would recommend running away. I don't think there's a fun way to build that deck. I could be wrong, but it's certainly a card. If it's in the 99 of your commander deck, maybe it's not so bad. But if you see it in the command zone and you're not already a monocolor deck that's only running basics anyway, be slightly afraid at the very least. And we have a Sozin's Comet. Again, we got one of these in box 1. I still think this is one of the stronger effects for red to have gotten recently. Of course, Firebending limiting the mana that you get with it only until the end of combat makes it a little rough. But if you have instants in hand or flash or activated abilities that you'd like to use, that mana can go absolutely crazy right off the bat. So that's a nice little hit for sure. Ooh, we got something. Ooh, we have a foil Phoenix Fleet airship, which is a mythic 4/4 flying vehicle. At the beginning of your end step, if you sacrifice a permanent this turn, create a token that's a copy of this vehicle. Ooh, okay. As long as you control 8 or more permanents named Phoenix Fleet Airship, this vehicle is an artifact creature. So let's see, you would get 1, so you'd have 2 on the first end step if you sacked something. And then 2 could turn to 4, 4 could turn to 8. So you could do that over 3 turns, is that? 1 to 2, 2 to 4, 4 to 8. Yeah, not too shabby. And of course, only accrue 1 cost is not bad as well. But, ooh, okay. Iroh, Grand Lotus in the showcase art. Firebending 2 during your turn, unless instant and sorceries in your graveyard have flashback. Flashback cost equal to mana cost. But also during your turn, your lessons engrave Have flashback for just a generic 1 mana. Nice little hits. Ooh, and another rare. Wow, we got a 3 rare pack with the airship, the Iroh, and of course Momo, friendly flyer. The first non-limited creature spell you cast without flying, with flying you cast during each of your turns, costs 1 less, and whenever another creature you control with flying enters, Momo gets +1/+1 until end of turn. Very awesome. Ooh, Firelord Zuko. We also got one of these in our first box. Firebending X, where X is his power. Whenever you cast a spell from exile, and whenever a permanent you control enters from exile. Okay, so it's not if you cast a permanent spell from exile, you get 2. It's whenever you flickered something and it comes back. Okay. Not quite as crazy as I thought it was going to be. But still, Firebending X, where X is his power, could go crazy. I'm thinking about building it myself, but we'll see. Lots of fun stuff that's come out with secret layers for like PlayStation. I'm building some stuff from that. And there's so many different legends that you could build around even from this set. Like the Mechanist, Aerial Artisan. Whenever you cast a non-creature, you get a clue. And tap this until end of turn. Target artifact token you control becomes a 3/1 construct with flying. Very nice. These packs have been nice and easy to open. I didn't really check. I know we usually do. I can already see the French at the very least says these are made in Japan. But the Japan card quality is always noticeable. And having the packs nice and easy to open, as well as having the card quality be high quality, is very nice to see. So we have the Rise of Sozin for 6 mana. This is an enchantment saga. Chapter 1, destroy all creatures. Chapter 2, choose a card name, search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for up to 4 cards with that name, and exile them. That player then shuffles. And then, of course, Chapter 3 exiles this and returns it transformed as Firelord Sozin. Menace, Firebending 3. And whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you may pay X. When you do, put any number of target creature cards with total mana value X or less from that player's graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. So, of course, this is a... Oh, can't be a commander because you're Enchantment Saga up front. I really wish these could be commanders. And I also wish this could be, like, black-red. Because just having this as a mill deck that eventually you just can pay a bunch of mana and reanimate some stuff would be really, really fun. But firebending being in the reminder texts also wouldn't necessarily mean that the color identity of that would be red. So wouldn't really work all that great, but even for the color list that you would need for the generic mana to activate the cost, I think is a mono black deck. If somehow it could be a commander because it has a legendary creature backside that it can transform into, I think that'd be really cool to play as a commander. Boomy Unleashed. This is the Mythic Boomy that when he enters, you Earthbend 4. And whenever he deals combat damage to a player, you untap all lands you control. And after this phase, there's an additional combat. Only land creatures can attack during that combat phase. Nice little hit. We got the Glider Staff. Absolutely iconic. We got the Otter Penguin. Even more iconic. Yes. They're so cute. It'll quench you. And seeing those otters has quenched my soul. So I don't need Sakistan, and there was some cactus juice to quench me. We got Appa, Steadfast Guardian. 4 mana flash flying 3/4. When he enters, you airbend any number of other target non-land permanents you control. And whenever you cast a spell from exile, create a 1/1 white ally creature token. Honestly, pretty strong card. Gotta like to see it. Does a lot of things pretty well. As flash, just because. Being able to airbend your stuff away. Man, even having that in the command zone could be a lot of fun. Getting ready for a board wipe and then just being able to rebuild back using the airbended stuff by just paying 2 instead of getting completely wiped out could be really nice. But also, if you just wanted to play it as, you know, casting stuff from exile and getting the allies to get a big old board, would be nice as well. And of course, we have Avatar's Wrath. More airbending here. Choose up to 1 target creature, then airbend all other creatures until your next turn. Your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. Exile Avatar's Wrath. That's a strong little board wipe. I didn't realize that was a thing. I mean, it doesn't fully board wipe, but like it kind of does. It could definitely be a finisher. You do possibly help other people with being able to airbend and get their effects again for ETBs, but honestly, I think the downside's probably worth it for the upside of having them not be able to cast from exile until your next turn. So they're not going to be able to recast the airbended cards right away anyway. Honestly, turn like 7 or 8, casting one of those and having just a big old creature that you save yourself could be really nice. Also, we have Ty Lee, Chi Blocker. Flash Prowess 2/1 for 3 mana. Enters, tap up to 1 target creature. It doesn't untap during its controller's untap for as long as you control Ty Lee. Yeah, pretty strong. Nice. Probably got about third of the box left here. Honestly, we've got some really nice hits so far. See if we can keep it going, and it looks like maybe we will. Because we have ourselves an Appa Land, of course, again. Always will love to see those. A Dragonfly Swarm, and... whoa! Okay, this is cool looking as heck. Aang, Swift Savior, in full art. Flash Flying, 3 mana 2/3. When he enters, airbend up to 1 other target creature or spell, and then you can waterbend 8, meaning you can pay 8 mana and you can use your creatures and artifacts to tap for 1 as part of that each. And Aang and La, Ocean's Fury. Reach Trample 5/5 whenever it attacks. Put a +1/+1 counter on each tapped creature you control. That's a nice little hit right there. Awesome. Oh, we got a Shrine, the blue one. Enters, draw a card for each shrine you control. Whenever another shrine enters, draw. Pretty nice for a shrine deck. I'll try and point out any of the other shrines that I do notice, because I did bring that up in box 1 without really elaborating past, I think, the green shrine we saw. Of course, we have Iroh, Tea Master, 3 mana 2/2, enters, create a food. Beginning combat on your turn, you can have target opponent gain control of target permanent you control. When you do, you create a 1/1 ally and put a +1/+1 counter on that token for each permanent you own that your opponents control. Earth Rumble, a Wolf Bat, a Porcupine, a Sabertooth Moose Lion. Wow, I was going to say Mongoose because it would have rhymed, but no, it's Moose Lion. Earth King's Lieutenant. 2 mana trample 1/1. Enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each other ally creature you control. Whenever another ally enters, put a +1/+1 counter on this creature. Very nice. A little yip yip. Got the Momo Plains. Got the Fire Nation Palace. This is the first time seeing the red tapped rare land. Enters tapped unless you control a basic land. Taps for a red right away. 2 and a tap. Target creature you control gains Firebending 4 until end of turn. It's only a net of 1 mana, but I don't know, it could be good. Because it's whenever it attacks. So if you have multiple combats too, could be like 8 mana. But needs a lot of things to have that all happen. Ooh, we got something. Appa, Steadfast Guardian. We've seen him a few packs ago, but this time we have him in kind of looks like a schematic art, but maybe it's more of the wildlife, I forget what they call it, like monster manual type arts. Very, very nice though. Appa's such a cute little guy. That's a great little hit. Ooh, and of course, the Unagi of Kyoshi Island. 5 mana 5/5 with flash and ward waterbend 4. Whenever an opponent draws their second card each turn, you draw 2 cards. So it's not quite a Consecrated Sphinx, but even bringing up the name of Consecrated Sphinx means this is something that is a nice effect for sure. We got the Northern Air Temple and the Southern Air Temple. 2 shrines, both in the same pack. I guess that's a good time to show off more of the shrines. So this one is enters, put X+1/+1 counters on each creature you control, where X is the number of shrines you control. Whenever a shrine you control enters, put a +1/+1 counter on each creature that you control. And the Northern Air Temple is enters, each opponent loses X and you gain X life, where X is the number of shrines you control. And you get to do it one more time for each shrine that enters afterwards. Nice. I think the only shrine that we haven't seen yet in these first 2 boxes is the blue shrine. So I'll try and make sure that we pull that one aside when we see it. Ooh, the Momo Island with the waterfall. Yes, please. That's lovely. We have Katara, Water Tribe Soap. The Outer Penguins. The Turtle Ducks. The Boomy Bash. Ooh, we're getting down there. 3 packs to go? Maybe 4. Can't quite tell if that's 2 on the right side there. Ooh, we got something else, but looks like it's in the uncommon spot. Ooh, we got my Scornful Striker. 2 mana 2/2 with first strike. I mean, the Scornful Striker part is on point. And whenever a player casts a non-creature spell, they lose 2 life. Pretty nice. And, I mean, she's slaying in this art for sure. Who is this? Hori Aidai. ID. Not Aidai. ID. Or those like koi fish too? No, they're more flames. This one kind of looks like a fish. That art is sick, though. Speaking of sick art, we have Crashing Wave. 2 mana sorcery. As an additional cost to cast Waterbend X, tap up to X target creatures. Then distribute 3 stun counters among tapped creatures your opponents control. So you don't have to Waterbend anything. You just do blue, and then stun 3 creatures. Nice. Let's see. Oh, we are down to 2 packs. Again, if you're enjoying these videos, be sure to leave us a little bit of engagement, whether it's a like, a subscribe, a comment down below. Let us know your favorite card that we opened up in this pack. If there's more that you'd like to see for your favorite TCGs, let us know there as well. Support us in store, online, JAF Comics, JAFcomics.com. Or if you want the singles from the Avatar set, or any of your other TCGs, Pokemon, Yu-Gi-Oh, and the like, head to jaffcomics.tcgplayerpro.com to view the inventory of cards that are available on there. Thank you all so much for hanging out in this one. And we're only about halfway through the videos for this Avatar set, so be sure to check out the others. We'll try and have you foaming at the mouth just like this guy here. For the collector boosters especially. We'll see if we'll get anything crazy in those. And we'll see you right in the next one. Thanks for watching.